Hi kids, welcome back. This week we continue with part 7 of our series on the history of black education. This week we talk about the history of prison education. Now kids, the connection between prison education and you see, I haven't even said anything yet, and yet you're here. Okay, rude. Someone needs to lock up that attitude. That's not funny. Yes it is. I have something you're gonna like this time. I doubt that. I wrote a prison poem. You want to hear it? I really don't think you should do that. No, it's quick. I really do. Hit it. They gave you music? No, this ain't math class, so this'll be mad fast. But these stats here ain't nothing to laugh at. 5 times more likely to be smack dab in the middle of a cell with no cell or cash app. Mad black people using prison as school, not the prettiest tool, but we do what we do, and we try as we might. Malcolm reading by the light in the thick of the night. Claudia Jones penning poems when her prison was home, but your rest the slow crow flies over the snow. Little did they know how the prison would grow. It grows and grows. The growth is gross. It grows and grows. Sound like some evil villains cooking in the kitchen. Listen, Nixon, Reagan, Bush, Clinton. Mandatory sentences increasing all the prisons to climb. Bill 94, the war on drugs before. More and more little kids doing biz like right where you live. And these pigs get rich. There it is. They say it's new Jim Crow, but it's same old song. 400 years and the system is strong. Love must be blind, just the system is wrong. Believe it's not easy, they say, my God. Pigs pulling peas out the pod, but trying to make it even is odd. It's a shame to refrain once again. Pigs don't put pigs back in the pen. Tell a friend and then run it back. Say again, piggy pigs don't put pigs back in the pen. So whether you went to college, dabble up in the politics, stand at your mama's crib or polishing and polish, carving out a steady living. Abolish police and prison. Wow, told you. Kids, a disproportionate amount of black people are incarcerated in the United States prison system. So while we understand we do not want prisons to exist, prison education programs are important places to think about the history of black education. People like George Jackson, Malcolm X, and many others increased or began their political education in prison. Not that prison wanted them to think or learn critically, but they had the tools like libraries and creative writing programs to do so if they chose. Prisons by themselves do not rehabilitate or reduce harm. During Jim Crow, prison classrooms and juvenile detention centers were also racially segregated. They kept black girls longer in reformatories, training school, and residential houses that did not see them as fit to learn. Many of these black girls were criminalized for sex work or trying to survive unsurvivable social, physical, and economic conditions. Places like the New York Training School for Girls in Hudson, New York, and the New York State Reformatory in Bedford Hills. These young girls, like jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald, were seen as ungovernable and received a punitive, sexist, violent, and inhumane approach to correction. Prisons can't correct anybody. Today, prison education in juvenile prisons looks and feels like the education the United States Department of Education allows in predominantly black, government-abandoned schools in communities across the country. However, the desire to learn was quickly squashed by an emphasis on discipline, uninspired teaching, and a curriculum that was often driven by simple worksheet packets that each student was required to complete every day. Monique Morris. Kids, in 1994, there was a terrible crime bill passed by President Bill Clinton that took away the ability for prisoners to receive Pell Grants, or money specifically to further their education inside prison. What this means is that precisely at a time of consolidating a significant writing culture behind bars, repressive strategies are being deployed to dissuade prisoners from educating themselves. Angela Davis. Before prison education programs were defunded, they got a boost from the 1971 Attica Prison Rebellion in Attica, New York. One of the demands of the prisoners at Attica, who were eventually massacred by state police, was better quality education inside the prison and an end to all censorship. What social interest is served by prisoners who remain illiterate? What social benefit is there in ignorance? Mumia Abu Jamal. Which brings us to today's story, kids. New York's Greenhaven Prison Education Program. As a result of the Attica Rebellion, Greenhaven teamed up with local Marist College in 1973 and offered college education for 22 years at Greenhaven. Some people who got their degrees at Greenhaven went on to postgraduate studies after they got out of prison. The 1994 Congress-approved crime bill killed the college program at Greenhaven. Thanks for watching. Today we learned about the historical significance of prison education in Black communities, the harm of taking away prison education programs, and the 1973 Greenhaven Prison Education Program. Check out our class notes recap. This is History Class with Michael. No one deserves prison. Remember, E is for everybody. Peace.